She's going to help us paint a picture. It's not necessarily a beautiful incident, but it has somewhat led me to discover her. Judith Brown is a news anchor and a reporter at TV3 in Ghana, and she joins me now. Hello, Judith. It's so good to have you join us on Hard Facts, and I appreciate you wanting to talk to us last minute.
Thank you so much for having me as well.
Lovely. Help us to understand this incident. Of course, there's so many reports as to what happened, what could have led to this. But let's start with the people who were involved. I mean, 2 ministers. Let's start with the ministers, and then we'll, get to the others that were on that plane or that helicopter. I beg your pardon.
Right, and so clearly it's a very tragic incident that has shaken Ghana to its core. I mean, it happened just yesterday. That's Wednesday, August 6, 2025. There was a helicopter crash near Obuasi in the Ashanti region, and it claimed the lives of 8 gallant individuals, and this includes 2 cabinet ministers. And so when we heard about the incident, we couldn't really confirm at the time. That was around 11 a.m. in the morning yesterday. We couldn't confirm who were on that helicopter, but there were different names coming up. And so later, still in the morning before 12, the chief of staff, who is Julius Deborah, at the presidency organized a press conference, an emergency one. And for the first time, you could see almost all the members of parliament, cabinet ministers, all in one place at the presidency. And there was that tragic announcement made. And who was involved? 2 cabinet ministers, including the defense minister for Ghana, that's the current defense minister, Dr. Edward Omane-Boamah, as well as the minister for environment, science and technology, Honorable Murtala Mohammed. And so these were the 2 cabinet ministers. But amongst the dead also was the vice chairman of the National Democratic Congress. And the NDC is the ruling party as of now in Ghana. And so their vice chairman being Samuel Sapon, the acting deputy national security coordinator, who was Muniru Mohammed, as well as the former member of parliament, Samuel Abuaji. And then we also had the crew members being the squadron leader, Peter Bafemi Anala, flying officer Mane Chuma Ampedu, as well as Sergeant Ernest Adomenta. So these were the 8 individuals who died tragically. In fact, their bodies were burned beyond recognition, and it's a very shocking incident. In fact, one of the ministers, being the Minister of Environment, Honorable Murtala Mohammed, had just sent a message to a TV station just earlier in the morning to a morning show before he boarded that plane. But Just a few minutes later, we heard of the tragic incidents. The entire country is mourning.
I feel goosebumps because it's terrible. It's ooh. So this was, if we're certain, this was a military helicopter, was it?
Yes, please. It was a military helicopter.
I'm as shook as you are. I can imagine the mood in the country this morning, because of course it probably didn't dawn on people yesterday, but now it's a bit more real. We send our prayers to the families of all of the deceased. But let's talk about what you're hearing in terms of what could have happened, what could have led to the crash. Has there been anything from the aviation, from the military, as to what could have been, what could have resulted in this crash? Have you heard anything as a journalist?
And so currently, it just happened yesterday, and so investigations are still ongoing. But actually, these ministers, as well as the crew members, were on their way to the launch of what we call the Responsible Cooperative Mining and Skills Development Program. And this program was aimed at promoting responsible mining activities and combating the menace of illegal mining, what we popularly know as galamsey in Ghana. And so I don't know if you've heard of the fact that galamsey has been a very huge environmental threat in Ghana currently. And there have been several calls. Some have been calling for a state of emergency to be declared because galamsey involves mining illegally. They're looking for gold, and so they keep polluting our water bodies. There have been reports of people giving birth to children with deformities as a result of the polluted water bodies in some communities. And so it's a very serious canker in Ghana currently, and there have been so much efforts trying to eradicate the menace in Ghana. And so this was a program that was being launched in the Ashanti region, Obuasi to be specific, where illegal mining and mining activities are usually seen. And so they were going to launch that program. That was the reason why the ministers, as the defense minister, the minister for environment as well, was traveling, and they took that military helicopter. They were going all the way to Obuasi to have that program launched, only to meet the untimely death. And so, to be frank, they're still investigating really what could have been the causes. Some people are just saying that, of course, it may have been natural causes, being the fact that currently in Ghana for the past 2 months, we're seeing very, very cold weather conditions. It's very cold here in Ghana now. Of course, it's not snowing, but we're experiencing weather conditions that are not the norm, basically. And there are others who attributing this to, there's a helicopter crash, to the issue of illegal mining. Because, in fact, I don't know how to explain to you, but it's a very big canker. We've seen communities. The military has gone to several communities to ransack the places. They've seen arms where these illegal miners have been camped at places with arms on them, and they're causing a lot of havoc just to be able to mine illegally. And so people are attributing that to the illegal mining menace and the fact that people are trying to threaten these ministers because, of course, they're trying to stop them from mining illegally. And so basically, a lot of people are saying that this highlights the dangers that are being faced by those fighting illegal mining, which is a scourge that has devastated Ghana's environment and communities for many years. But as it stands, the military, that's the Ghana Armed Forces, is still investigating the matter as to really what caused that very sad and gory accident just yesterday.
If I understand all the sides that you placed on the table, yes, of course, you cannot, especially now because it's raining here. Also, we have a semi-cold weather in Nigeria, which means that sometimes the weather conditions can be tricky. But you can't also, because you're dealing with illegal miners here, and there's, whether we like it or not, some sort of cabal that runs it. I have had conversations about that before with some Ghanaian analysts. You cannot also put aside the conspiracy of foul play. But does that? But if we were to consider that, does it mean that these people who may be considered as conspirators in this foul play might have moles in the army, in the Air Force? Meaning that maybe there was a tampering of sorts. Is there room for those kinds of considerations?
Well, clearly there would be such room because, as I said, investigation is still ongoing. So we cannot say for a fact really what caused this helicopter crash. But I mean, people have taken to social media. We've heard bloggers. We've had some analysts, security analysts, making their own forms of they're saying what they think could have definitely caused that. A lot of people saying that they believe that clearly this was a target from people who are engaged in galamsey, because here's a case where we have the defense minister, we have the environment minister, and look, they were not the only people who were supposed to be on that plane. Some were actually saved just because of one issue or the other. The interior minister was also supposed to be on that helicopter. He had an emergency at the time and so couldn't join them. We also heard that the leading members of the party, being the chairman of the National Democratic Congress as well as the general secretary, were also supposed to be on that helicopter. And they couldn't go for some reason or the other. People are just saying that God saved them in his own way. But we also know that Honorable Ama Kofi Boa, who is also a minister also in that same light, had to actually take the lead for that particular day. He would have been on that plane as well. And so this has to do with everyone involved in the fight against galamsey. Every minister involved who could have helped eradicate that menace. And so a lot of people believe that this was clearly a target. But as I've said, there's no clear-cut investigation that has been done yet. We are still in the investigation process. And so as and when the Ghana Armed Forces come up with really what caused that, we'll have more details as to it. But these are just the speculations that are going around as regards to this very gory accident that happened just yesterday.
I know that you do not work for the government. I know that you are not an aide to the president. But do you think that with this crash now and all of the speculations that are flying around, that this might put a plug or a spanner in the wheel of things going forward with dealing with this illegal mining, or will it now make government even mount more pressure in dealing with the situation?
I think that civil society organizations should be calling for it to be dealt with immediately. I don't know what government's move would be, but I think that with such gravity of such a tragic accident happening now, they probably would hasten to try and solve this issue as quickly as possible. As I've said, there have been calls for a state of emergency for years. I mean, since last year, that's even before they came into power, that's the NDC, when the former president was still in power, there were calls for a state of emergency, but it never happened. There was no clear-cut fight against illegal mining. And then it came into this year. The former, the now president, that's the current president, promised then that clearly they would do something drastic about the situation. But it seems that things have been a bit slow. The state of emergency has not been declared yet. And so probably this incident would make them hasting as to probably doing something as quickly as possible. I don't know if they would still declare state of emergency, but I'm sure they would hasten their steps in ensuring that they combat the menace of illegal mining as quickly as possible before anything worse happens, which we do not want in this country as of now.
I love that civil society is, right in front of this, and they're the ones who've been pushing, for illegal mining to come to an end. But what's the media doing in terms of reporting? Is that what is, front and center for the media in Ghana, especially now that this has happened? Will we see trumped up efforts by the media to make this an issue and part of their daily reporting, which will also one way or the other boost the government's push for this to come to an end?
Well, clearly that would depend on the various media houses. There are so many media houses in Ghana as of now. But for TB3, clearly we have always reported the menace of illegal mining in every good way we could, from the presidency, from the communities themselves. We've always done our best at TB3 to report the menace and report it clearly enough, and also do our best. We've also done our best in ensuring that government also hastens in solving the matter. But of course, it clearly looks like from now on, probably most media stations would increase their reportage as regards to illegal mining. We've gone into communities. We've videoed water bodies. We've reported stories on persons with deformities, children born with deformities just because of illegal mining. We've reported stories on people being trapped in mines, people dying as a result. We reported so many stories for the past year and a half, and clearly it looks like more media houses would probably increase their reportage on the issue of illegal mining.
Well, in case you're just joining us, the program is Global Review on Hard Facts. I have Judith Brown from TV3 in Ghana speaking to us about that tragic accident that took place yesterday in the Ashanti region. We'll take a quick break, Lagos. When we come back, we're live on Facebook and YouTube. Post your comments. We'll be right back.
news and sports after this.
Meals have a way of taking us on a journey. And when you add plenty of vegetables like efo, ugu, and season with the rich taste of Knorr seasoning cubes, even better.
So, go ahead and elevate your meals with more vegetables and the rich taste of Knorr cubes. Today, eat for good.
Oh, welcome, sir. Sir, we are set to begin the foundation.
Everything set?
Everything, sir. We have the estimates for the granite, the sand, the iron rods, the concrete blocks, the cement, the...
Wait, engineer. What cement are you planning to use?
Oh, the normal cement, sir.
The normal cement?
Yes, sir.
You know the area is waterlogged and you say normal cement? Have you not heard of Water Shield? The new waterproof cement by Lafarge, designed to protect buildings from water damage and water damage to your property. If you're building in a waterlogged area, then your best bet is the new Water Shield cement by Lafarge. Water Shield is the waterproof, high-strength cement expertly formulated for all interior and external use in waterlogged areas. And water damage to your property.
Hey, party people. Jollof, gone. Pounded yam, gone. But water, unfinished bottles, abandoned like suya wrapper. Now, with the 33cl bottle, no waste, no wahala.
The new 33cl bottle. Big enough to refresh, small enough to finish. And thanks to our trusted 13-step quality process, every drop is refreshingly safe. Nestle Pure Life Premium Drinking Water. Source of hydration you can trust.
I'm in love, Sonia tomato mix, stand up. Is it to open? Is it to squeeze? Is it to scoop? And is it to stir?
Sonia tomato mix in a new stand-up pouch.
As a mom and a dentist, I know the importance of strong teeth, beautiful white smile, and fresh breath. They give you the confidence to eat the right foods without worry. Speak confidently in public, and making friends is easier when you know you have fresh breath. I give my family confidence with Pepsodent's Triple Protection 1, 2, 3. It's 3 toothpaste in 1 to protect their teeth from holes, give them white teeth, and fresh breath. The confidence of 3 toothpaste in 1. Pepsodent's Triple Protection 1, 2, 3.
All right. Business meeting in Banjul on Monday, then back to Lagos for the family dinner on Tuesday. Oh, can't wait for the boat cruise in Banjul on Wednesday. And then Friday, I will...
Hold up. All in 1 week? Do you realize Banjul isn't just across the street?
Well, with ValueJet's new routes, it's easier than ever.
That's right. Enjoy affordable flights, reliable service, and a smooth travel experience with ValueJet from Lagos to Banjul and back. Come along and experience Banjul, the smiling coast of Africa, with us. Book now at www.flyvaluejet.com.
ValueJet. Wings for everyone.
Hey! Rewards to the lander! When I buy airtime and data on any network,
I get up to 10% cash back.
I pay my NEPA, DSTV, or StarTimes Uncle.
3% cash back.
Now so, Smart Cash back, don't get reloaded.
And they load my wallet.
Hey! It's the Smart Cash back reloaded. Top up airtime or data on any network and get up to 10% cash back. Or pay your electricity or cable TV bill and get 3% cash back sharply. Only on Smart Cash. No dull yourself. Download the Smart Cash app or dial *939# to start today. Terms and conditions, Deja.
This summer, don't just take a break. Live in it at Zebra Beach Resort. Whether it's summer romance, a summer family escape, or that long overdue solo recharge, Zebra is your slice of beachside bliss. Let the kids roam free while you dive into delicious meals, refreshing ocean dips, and those unbeatable breezy vibes. From daily activities for both kids and adults, there's something for everyone. Just visiting? Don't worry. We've got you covered with our day passes too. Book your summer spot now at zebabeachresort.com or call 0704 730 0013.
In the kitchen game, there are players and then Agba Ballers, MVP, Player of the Year, 10-0, no rival. Become an Agba Baller with a new improved Maggi chicken flavor made with a flavorful formation of onions, celery, turmeric to bring out your top game in the kitchen. Elevate the taste of your everyday dishes with delicious rich chicken flavor. Oh yeah, let's go.
New Maggi chicken flavor, my game changer.
Get ready, Nigeria! Under the patronage of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR, GITEX Nigeria is coming this September. Join the continent's biggest tech gathering, the GITEX Nigeria Tech Expo and Future Economy Conference, where global tech giants showcase the latest breakthroughs shaping our tomorrow. From cutting-edge AI to robust digital infrastructure, from cybersecurity innovations to fintech transforming the economy, and smart cities reimagining how we live and work. The future of technology unfolds right here. Connect with visionary leaders, global tech enterprises, and government decision makers. Engage in powerful conversations shaping Africa's digital transformation. Mark your calendar for September 3rd and 4th, 2025 at the Co Hotel Convention Center, Lagos. Register now at gitexnigeria.ng. That's at gitexnigeria.ng. The future is here. The future is Nigerian. Will you be there to shape it?
Little body, big moves. Little brain, big learning. Your little child is eager to do big things. Every sachet of Cerelac Junior comes with the nutrition they need: natural grains, protein, and iron to support their physical growth, learning, and development. So you can fully enjoy your little one's big moments of growth.
Hey, Omo, see package. This is what I call full house.
Yes, sir, that's me.
Who's talking about you? I'm talking about this Peak Yogurt Drink Full House pack in your hand.
The Peak Yogurt Drink 1 liter Full House pack with more refreshment contains fresh cow milk. Share and enjoy full house goodness filled with essential vitamins and minerals. Peak. Reach for your peak.
Welcome back to your number one talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
There's a reason why over 1 million people tune into Hard Facts every day. We discuss in-depth stories with sources behind the facts.
The Lagos State High Court has convicted, suspended the Chicago certificate story is never going away, is it? Show with stories for the day.
You hear diverse voices and opinions.
And she was meeting campaign with her husband, knowing that. You should not feel happy because there is nothing to happy about.
Yeah, it's quite pathetic the way the country is going.
We distinguish each story accurately with analysis.
It's Hard Facts with Maryann on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, we're back. It's your global review on Hard Facts 99.3 Nigeria Info. Judith Brown joins me live from Ghana as we speak on that tragic aircraft accident. It was a helicopter, actually, involving serious government officials and, of course, men and women, mostly men, actually, because I saw the list of people who passed on yesterday. According to Judith, burned beyond recognition. Most importantly, we must keep at the back of our minds that these men were on an assignment to flag off some sort of campaign against illegal mining, because this has, one way or another, affected the lives of the people in the different communities where these illegal mining activities have happened, just as we have in the Niger Delta and several other places. They have they had a duty to go put an end to it with the flag off of this campaign. Unfortunately, they did not get to their destination. Many people who would have also been part of that helicopter flight, who missed it by a strand, some of them are going to church right now, so thank God. But then the most important part of this conversation is what could have been behind this tragic accident. Of course, the men in the armed forces will be questioning themselves, checking things twice and maybe seeing if they can find a black box if the bodies were burnt to beyond recognition. There's so many investigations that are ongoing, and of course, one will just hold his or her breast to hear from the military as investigations go on. But then one would also wonder if this will dampen or increase political will to deal with that situation of illegal mining. Ghanaians are asking questions. People are obviously saddened. And my guest is saying that, well, fingers crossed, let's see what happens. The media has a job to do. Civil society has a job to do. But where does this leave the people, the good people of Ghana? We're live on Facebook and on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. You could join the conversation on WhatsApp. It's 0809597585. We are on our YouTube pages. You can post your comments on our live stream. For the men, you can call 0201-277-0993. That's 0201-277-0993. For the ladies, 0201-465-7190. My gorgeous journalist is here to answer all your questions. But before we go to your questions, Lagos, for you, Judith, does this give you a new perspective at life, especially when you see things like this happen? And does this change your course of your narrative in terms of reporting and storytelling? Because this obviously is a very hard day for people like you having to report on this kinds of stories.
Clearly it does. It just tells you that life is fleeting. These are ministers we meet every time you go to Parliament. You meet Honorable Mutala. He's a very bubbly personality, very interesting, and trust me, very, very intelligent man. And you're just wondering how such intelligence would just go in one day just like that. It's heartbreaking. Dr. Amani-Buama, who's the defense minister, very, very intelligent man. And in fact, every member of the party, that's the NDC, will tell you that he is the brain behind their victory for the 2024 election. And so this man just leaving the earth in such a manner, it's very hard to take for both the party and the country at large. And I think that's important to explain that the issue of illegal mining crops up mainly because this particular government has been seen making a lot of effort in combating the menace. And aside the fact that they haven't declared a state of emergency as CSOs have called for, they've actually made a lot of efforts. For instance, as I said earlier, they've ransacked a lot of communities. They sent the military to a number of communities where they found that illegal miners have been camped with arms. And they ransacked and burned the entire place down. And so a lot of them, actually, I can count over 4 areas where they've gone and found a whole community of illegal miners camped in one area, just mining illegally day after day. They burn the entire place down, ransack the place, take all the ammunitions, and then ensure that it doesn't repeat itself. There have been arrests made. We know that the owner of Akunta Mining, which is one of the mining corporations in the country, Won to me, as he is popularly known, who is a member of the New Patriotic Party, which is the opposition now, the biggest opposition party in Ghana currently. Won to me was the former Ashanti Regional chairman for the MPP. And so he was arrested by the Economic and Organized Crime Unit just about a month ago, and it caused a whole issue. You could see the minority in parliament, that's the members of parliament from the MPP, they went and sat on the bare floor in front of the Yoko office and calling for him to be released, although there were damning revelations against him as being part of those who are fueling the issue of illegal mining. A lot of things have happened, but he was arrested. In fact, the party, being the NDC, has some members, I think the vice chair of the party, I believe, was also accused of engaging in illegal mining. He, along with another party bigwig, and these two people are accused, and they are part of the ruling government. But even so, they were still accused of being part of the illegal mining. Some of them, engaging in galamsey, of course, and so they came out trying to defend themselves, but even their cases are still pending. And so you can see that the government has not only gone after people in the opposition, but people in their own party. Yes, people in their own party occupying big positions in their own party have also been gone after. And so there's been a lot of issues happening, a lot of ways that the government has been trying to combat illegal mining, being the main reason why a lot of people believe that it is as a result of what the government has done so far that such people could have been targeted or could have been the main target for this helicopter crash. There was also rumor that the president was actually supposed to be on that plane because, yes, he was supposed to be at the program, but he then told the Minister of Defense to go in his stead because he had another program to attend. And so people believe that, of course, he could have been on that plane. If he wasn't airlifted in another, then he would have been on that same plane, helicopter that crashed last night in a very tragic manner. And in fact, where it crashed was very remote. It took the Ashanti Regional Minister to make a 2-hour drive from Obuasi and then to the area where it crashed. And then after they got there, in fact, cars cannot even go through that side. So they had to walk on foot for almost another 2 hours, about 1 hour, 30 minutes on foot, climbing up a hill just to get to the place where the helicopter crashed, only to find the bodies burned beyond recognition. And so the Ashanti Regional Minister is actually a medical doctor, and so he aided in identifying the bodies of the victims. And that is how they were able to bring all of them. Just yesterday, they were able to identify all 8 bodies, and they were flown back to the Greater Accra region, being the capital city of Ghana. And a little ceremony was held, a lot of tears. It's been a very sad, very difficult day. Even we journalists have been crying.
Yeah, it's a difficult. I'm not Ghanaian, but I feel really terrible about what has happened. Well, Lagos, join the conversation. 0201-277-0993, 0201-465-7190. I do not want to be a conspiracy theorist, but could the president have been the target? And our condolences continuously go out to the people of Ghana. Join the conversation, 60 seconds, go straight to the point. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, Maryann. Good afternoon again.
Good afternoon.
Yes, I'm Madam Lucky again. I'm calling. See, my condolences goes to the people of Ghana. And I want to tell you one thing, Maryann. Having worked in the oil industry for many years in Nigeria, see, we have a very big induction, big giving to regarding security. For example, our to a particular place on a fast side when we know there is a hostile area, we don't go on an official car. You will not see me driving in that mainland bridge with my iPhone placed on where people will be identifying me. It's a security. See, we know in Nigeria here, Maryann, sometime ago under Jonathan, where a military helicopter carrying the governor Yakowa and one of our generals from Bayelsa. You know that helicopter went to today, our military never told us what happened. But it's an hostile area at that time. So I think it's a wrong decision for that people to fly across that place, knowing the mission they were going with a military helicopter. I'm not preempting investigation, but I think this is a learning point for us as a people and everybody listening, that when you are going to a particular place, even in your hometown, so when you know that place is hostile somehow, to identify yourself clearly like that, I think it's a risky. So let me ask your guest, that is it a wise decision to have flown to that place with a military helicopter, knowing the mission where they are going and the condition of the environment, particularly the reform they were going through at that time? Thank you very much.
Madam Lucky, I'm guessing that this question is for a military man. She's just a journalist. She can't really answer that question, can she? Hello, welcome to Global Review.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Peter, calling from Lagos.
Go ahead.
I just want to thank you, Maryann, for your concern for bringing out this kind of program. And also want to tell you that you have a second person in their guardian lady, just intelligent lady like you. I just want to thank you for that. That's all for her.
All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Hello. Welcome to Global Review.
Hi, Maryann. Good evening. Good evening to you and your guest.
Yes.
Condolences to your guest and the whole of Ghana. It's so painful that people in the line of duty would just die in this manner. But I will just say that investigations should be properly made. And if anyone is found culpable in this, if it's a syndicate, the whole 9 yards, the strong arm of the law and the sledgehammer should be brought out on them to forestall any other one. Condolences once more to the whole of Ghana.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bully, for calling. I'll take a quick call on WhatsApp here. Unfortunately, I can't take that call, so I'll just move away to take another call. Hello. Welcome to Global Review. Oh, dear. Apologies. Do call me back if that was you. Hello. Welcome to Global Review. Oh, no. You're in a very... Your network is very bad. I'm sorry. Hello.
Yeah, actually, good afternoon, and good afternoon to our guests.
Yes.
Condolence to Ghanaians. I had this thing yesterday. Somebody called me from Ghana. Said, "Oh, Chris, something happened. Oh, we're mourning." I said, "How come we didn't hear the news in Nigeria?" But Kofi mentioned it this morning. A whole military, he says it's a military aircraft, right? Helicopter. Enough of this blood money that people are looking for. Why must it be the day they want to go and see what is happening there? Then this thing will happen. They should make sure that whoever is involved, like that person, she said they arrested sometime and maybe people will go and protest. They should make sure and deal with this set of people. So all this thing will stop. Enough of all this blood money people are looking for. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris, for calling. I do appreciate it. On WhatsApp, it's 080959758505. You could call me if you are listening from the diaspora and you want to participate in the conversation. Let's not forget Ghana. They're our close cousins. We look alike, and we sound almost alike. And we still have our jollof wars. But when they mourn, we mourn with them. And of course, because it's a very sensitive issue when it comes to mining and illegal mining does have its consequences, which is obviously at the core of this very dastardly, helicopter crash. Hello. Welcome to Global Review. I'm so sorry. Your connection is very bad, and I think it's where you are. So please move to another place and try to call us 0201-277-0993. Let me go to WhatsApp quickly and read some of the messages that are coming in. And you can call me on WhatsApp if you're listening from outside of the country. If not, just send me a WhatsApp message. Someone says the death of MP Ibrahim Muritala Mohammed and his colleague yesterday is so saddening. His constituents in Temale spoke so highly of him on local radio here this morning. It's so sad. The loss, it's a sad loss to Mahama, and the departed are part of a success that he's been recording since he assumed office. This is from Chris, who's listening from Kwabenya in Accra. I hope I pronounced it properly. Someone here says, like Nigeria, like Ghana, the problem of illegal mining is spread across the West African coast. It's become a brisk business for many never say never, very dangerous fellows. I think those who missed the flight and those who received emergency calls could immediately be called for questioning. The investigators should spread their tentacles very wide if they hope to get to the root of this. Tony is sending this message from Marine Beach. Michael from Ikotun says, the not flying... okay, sorry, this message obviously is not for me. Let's see. This one here says, oh dear. I'll go back to taking calls and then I'll come back to WhatsApp. Hello. I'm so sorry. Wherever you're calling me from, that line is very bad. It's not working. We can't hear anything but noise. So please, try calling us with another number. 0201-277-0993. My guest has just about 2-3 more minutes to stay with us. So I can take a few more of your calls. 0201 465-7190 for the ladies. 0201-277-0993 for the men. Hello. sir, send me a message. Don't try to call me again because this number, your line is very problematic. So please, 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 just send me a message. Your line is problematic. And those who are trying to call me on WhatsApp, yes, you can call me now. I can take your quick call before I let Judith go. She's been very gracious to us, joining us live from Ghana to speak to us about this very terrible event that took place last night. And we must congratulate the minister or the chief of staff that she said, who is a doctor, who was able to go on foot all the way to identify those bodies. Amazing. Everyone being on hand to make sure that they follow through with the investigation. It's a very tough time. If you have friends, you have family in Ghana, I think this is a good time to check on them and just, in solidarity with them, just reach out to them. I know this, Judith, for a fact, because I also worked and lived in a region where illegal mining was a thing. And at some point we had something called the soot, black particulate matter in the atmosphere. If you took off your shoes and walked on the floor, it's like you were walking on charcoal. You'd feel it in your nose if you cleaned your nose, and children were falling ill. People were having skin irritation, etc., etc. And it took a group of concerned civil society organization members and us, the media, to push for this. It's still there, but it's been limited because at the time when we started, it looked like it was an affront on the government. The government didn't really believe us. It looked like, but I don't know because I've not lived there in a long time. So I can understand, that there are people who are powerful enough to, continue to run the show and do whatever it takes to keep themselves in business. But I want to take a quick call on WhatsApp, and then I will let you go, Judith. Let me see if I can just take a quick call on WhatsApp. Unfortunately, that call has dropped. I'm sorry, guys. If you're trying to call me from the diaspora, I want to take your call so that we can go, but it's not connecting. I'm so sorry. Yomi here says, my condolences goes to the Ghanaian president and the whole of Ghana. It's a great loss. Fighting illegal mining is like fighting the devil. The government needs to take drastic action against those behind the wicked act. Let's take this call. Are you calling us from outside of the country?
No, Miriam, I'm not.
No, so then don't call us. You're not allowed to call on WhatsApp if you're not calling from the diaspora. Judith, I think at this point we're going to have to let you go because we've kept you for a long time. I want to thank you very much. Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Okay, so I just wanted to also talk about the government response now, the fact that the president has declared 3 days of national mourning, and it started today with a very simple ceremony at the Jubilee House, which is the president's abode, where, of course, they paid their respects to the 8 gallant men who lost their lives in that ceremony. And I should say that it was a very, very sad and somber mood there. We saw the president shedding so much tears. They had to pass him a handkerchief just to wipe his tears because, these were men who were very close to him, who he's worked with for years. And we know that President Mahama was president 9 years ago, came back. And so his comeback was mainly as a result of the defense minister who just lost his life. And so it's a very sad and somber moment for the president. He was so sad. He shed so much tears, tried to hold himself, but he couldn't. We could also see the chief of staff shedding tears as well. And so as it stands also, the positions for both the defense minister and the environment minister have been reassigned. The finance minister currently is acting instead of the defense minister, in addition to his position as the finance minister. And then we also know that the minister for the lands minister, is also acting in the stead of the environment minister as of now. And so this is what has happened currently, and the nation of Ghana is mourning.
Our heartfelt condolences to you and your colleagues and everyone in Ghana. For those of you who do not know, Judith Brown works with TV3 in Ghana. Thank you so much for speaking with us, and hopefully we'll keep our eyes on Ghana to see, how the developments, turn out. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you for coming on the show today.
Thank you, too. Bye-bye.
All right. Lagos, we'll leave it at that and we'll go on to the news on the 5 o'clock hour. We're talking about Mr. President's watch. Yes, 2 years into the administration and he's already campaigning. What's in it for you and I? An APC member will be joining us at the top of the hour to discuss this.
99.3 Nigeria